This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
Hey, good morning and happy Monday. I guess that we're used to having Shannon here. Shannon has the morning off. It's a Monday.
Yeah, I was like, I'll slide to the left. We'll just do the cha-cha slide, the electric slide to the left and slide to the right. We're watching a lot more of that rain sliding into our region as of right now, courtesy of the low that is off towards our west. It's going to keep some rain chances in our forecast over the next couple of days. So some pockets of heavy rainfall showing up in the very southern portions of Du Bois County, right along 150 for those of you in Orange County, and we're watching additional scattered downpours in portions of Harrison County through Floyd County, and now for those of you in Bullitt and Spencer counties too. Some of that rain now trying to make its way into portions of the metro, so we're going to be watching for that. Anywhere from near Brandenburg down towards Centerview, you're also seeing some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall in your area. So it has begun. More of these scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue to drift into wave country throughout the morning, and into this afternoon is when we have a better chance for more of these scattered showers and thunderstorms moving your way. Some of these thunderstorms can produce some very heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, and with the damaging wind threat remaining in the forecast, that is why a marginal risk of severe weather is in place for basically our entire region. Today is not the only day that we have outlooked with some sort of severe risk. I'll let you know what the rest of the week will look like in my full forecast. Rob.
Tawana, thanks so much. The rain not having much of an effect on the interstates so far, but that's going to change throughout the day. Obviously, give yourself extra time. Keep the headlights on and the windshield wipers on low. Keeping an eye on a disabled vehicle. We're looking at the area right around 64 West at I-264. This started about 25 minutes ago. First responders are out there taking care of that, but that is causing a bit of a slowdown again. We're looking at 64 West, I-264 for a one car that's disabled out there. Give yourself extra time as you move through that area. Otherwise, looking pretty good up there for right now. Olivia, over to you.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rob. This morning, Louisville Metro Arson is investigating an explosion that killed one person at a production site in Shively. That explosion happened just after noon on Sunday at the AAK plant on 7th Street Road. Wave News reporter Kirsten Foote is live in Shively this morning with more on what we know. Kirsten.
Yeah, Olivia, good morning to you. It's not clear exactly where this explosion happened. This is a very large campus with several buildings, but officials tell us that Louisville Fire and Shively Fire were dispatched on a fire alarm here Sunday just after noon. When they got here, there was no visible fire. Instead, plant personnel led them to where a hydrogen tank exploded during the conversion process. Fire crews found one person that had been killed, and their name has not yet been released. Louisville Metro Arson and LMPD are investigating the cause. Now, this morning, we're hearing from the company who posted this statement on their website. They say, quote, "We are deeply saddened to confirm that an incident occurred at AAK's Louisville facility in Kentucky on Sunday. Tragically, one of our colleagues lost their life. Our thoughts are with the family and friends and colleagues affected by this loss." And according to the company's website, they produce plant-based oils and fats. They operate dozens of facilities worldwide, including 4 here in the U.S. Now, that statement also says that the plant is cooperating fully with this investigation. They also say that they shut down that relevant part of the plant where that explosion happened. And of course, we'll keep you guys updated as we learn more throughout this investigation. Reporting live, Kirsten Foote, Wave News.
Kirsten, thank you. Metro leaders hope they're getting a step closer to demolishing the Givaudan plant after a deadly explosion. Today, the Metro's Office of Planning will review plans for the property's future. The big focus will be on okaying the demolition, then seeding the grass that's left on the lot. The plant on Payne Street has been abandoned since last November when 2 workers were killed after a pressure valve exploded. People can join that meeting virtually, set for 2 p.m. on the city's website. The exact details on what will be built on the former factory site still haven't been released. The trial for the man accused of killing a Louisville paving and construction worker, then shooting an LMPD officer, is set to begin today. Keyshawn Stewart is charged with the murder of Fred O'Bannon and attempted murder of Officer Sergeant Chris Lane. It happened on the Watterson Expressway near the Dixie Highway exit back in November 2021. The Wave troubleshooters have been on this case since the very beginning. They found while Stewart was on probation for a 2018 burglary case, he got a new felony conviction in Tennessee, but Stewart's probation was never revoked. We'll keep you updated as we learn more from court. Right now, we're working to learn if charges will be filed after a deadly shooting near Algonquin Park. LMPD says a man was shot and killed on Willard Drive late Saturday night. The victim's name has not been released. Police say they know all the possible suspects in this case, so they plan to consult with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office for review and recommendations on charges. A woman is recovering after police say she was shot near California Park. LMPD says this happened Sunday morning just after 6:30 on Hopeful Way. They found a woman had been shot in the leg. Police say she is expected to survive. So far, no arrests have been made in this case. Happening today, LMPD's new downtown headquarters is finally ready to welcome its first workers. Chief Paul Humphrey, Mayor Craig Greenberg, and officers will meet at the new office center this morning. It's the first time LMPD will have a dedicated headquarters in 4 years, as the agency now moves into the former AT&T building on Chestnut Street. Officers moved out of the old headquarters back in 2017 after an OSHA inspection found the ceiling was leaking sewage. Crunching the numbers and finding solutions. Tonight, the Jefferson County Board of Education meets to discuss ways to shift funding needs. This after COVID-19 funding the district had been utilizing has run out. Wave News reporter Rob Wells is here with a closer look. Rob.
Yeah, and Olivia, the board's Revenue Advisory Task Force faces a near $190 million budget deficit shortfall for the 2026 fiscal year after using up that COVID funding. That means that budget cuts, they are coming next academic school year. The board says it'll maintain salaries for employees, but expect reductions affecting the central office in order to maintain high level of education for all students. JCPS says that other money-saving strategies include selecting hiring pauses and spending cuts on non-essential items and services. District spokespersons say that programs like after-school tutoring contracts and summer programming, they may get cut due to these budget adjustments. Projects such as renovations for athletic facilities at local schools could also be delayed.
We must overcome this, and it's going to require some hard decisions, unfortunately, some very unpopular decisions, but some decisions that will allow us to right size for the future, because if we fail in this endeavor, JCPS will fail, and we can't let that happen. We're not going to let that happen.
Amid the cuts, Superintendent Yearwood adds that the district is getting ready for a 3% cost of living increase for every full-time JCPS employee. District leaders are also anticipating having to invest close to $4 million in their budget just to support the growing number of multilingual students. So much on the line. By the way, that meeting taking place tonight at 5:30 at the Van Hoos Education Center. That's at 3332 Newburgh Road. Olivia, back to you.
Thank you, Rob. Bullitt County Public School leaders will have their monthly meeting today, and recent plans to restructure the district are on the agenda. The district has proposed that by next school year, Nichols Elementary School will be closed, and those former students will have to merge with other area campuses. Leaders say the changes are necessary, though, as the overall student population continues to increase. The final plan is set to be voted on at tonight's Board of Education meeting. You can learn more about the proposed changes by heading over to wave3.com for a link to that plan. The wife of political figure Charlie Kirk is spreading a message of forgiveness as she says goodbye to her husband. Thousands of people packed into State Farm Stadium for a memorial for Kirk yesterday. Many lined up overnight to secure seats, and that stadium even reached capacity limits. Kirk was shot on September 10th while speaking at a college in Utah. President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance spoke at the memorial service along with other top politicians. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, also spoke about the legacy her husband leaves behind and how he would respond to the suspected shooter himself.
I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history.
On Sunday, FBI Director Kash Patel posted a lengthy update on the investigation into the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson. He promised the FBI is investigating theories and questions about the case right now. This week, loved ones will honor the late Jefferson County Clerk Bobby Holtzclaw. Her visitation will be from 1 to 8 today at the Arch L. Hetty and Son Funeral Home in Westport Village. Her burial mass will be tomorrow at Holy Spirit Catholic Church. Holtzclaw served the public for more than 2 decades before she died last Wednesday. You can find full details on the arrangements at wave3.com. Coming up next on Sunrise Extra, the work continues on improving Origin Park. We'll break down the timeline of when it will all be complete. Cherokee Park has a new overlook that is now open to the public. The Campbell Overlook was created to emphasize the expansive view. It's in the Chauffeur's Rest area of the park, and it was all made possible thanks to a donation from the family of Christian Campbell in his memory. He was a Yum executive who passed away from lung cancer. City officials say the $300,000 investment is a gift that will last generations, allowing park goers to enjoy the view throughout each season. Today is the first day of fall, and psychological experts at the Cleveland Clinic tell us why fall is a fan favorite. They say fall unlocks your 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and sound. One expert explains people love fall because it triggers the part of the brain that releases dopamine, which makes us feel cozy, calm, and nostalgic during fall.
The cooler air makes it much easier to go outside, to take a hike, enjoy the outdoors, exercise. That may be tough to do during the hot summer months. This outdoor activity raises the oxygen level in our brains, which helps us to think clearer and feel calmer. So a few minutes outside during the cool, crisp air can do wonders for our bodies and our brains.
Experts also say the days are shorter and the sun sets earlier, so that makes it easier to get that optimal 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Good for you if you're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night.
Honestly, it's good for us too, because it actually starts to get darker at the time when we would be going, or supposed to.
That's
supposed
true.
To be going to sleep.
That's true, because it's hard to go to sleep for us at 6, 7 o'clock.
When the sun is still shining bright. Now, we're not going to see a lot of sunshine today, but certainly going to be watching for more of this much needed rainfall. Looking in the court, and the rain's still coming down for you. The roads are wet there, and many of us are going to have to contend with some of these wet roads for not just this morning, but also for your afternoon and evening commutes. What we're dealing with right now in the metro, some pockets of heavier rain. We're seeing that right along really just 264 and 64 in the western part of the Louisville metro, anywhere from Linden to Fern Creek to Hillview, getting in on some of these pockets of heavy rain. It's been a while since you've gotten a decent amount of of rain in our area, so this can cause some issues as you're heading out and about. So more pockets of heavier rainfall showing up anywhere from near Bedford down towards Brandenburg and all the way towards Eastview in Hardin County. Now, a couple of isolated light showers showing up for those of you in Washington County and Kentucky, and we're seeing a few more of those isolated downpours in portions of Hart County as well. Now, overall, as we head throughout the day today, all that rain that you see off towards our west and southwest, that is going to drift towards us. We see that steady southerly flow south of the stationary front that is now sitting well to our north. Your temperatures are in the 60s, and for some of you, even the low 70s, 70 degrees at the airport in Louisville, and for those of you in Salem as well. Now, as this rain continues to move through, it's going to keep a lot of us on the cooler side. A lot of us just going to be stuck in the 70s for highs later on today as we deal with additional rounds of these showers and thunderstorms marching through for the morning and into the afternoon and evening hours. Something to note with some of those afternoon and evening storms, they can be on the stronger side with damaging winds and even some small hail as the main concerns, and that is why a marginal risk of severe weather is in place for all of us. Now, in terms of how much rainfall we can see, some of you may barely get anything, close to 1/4 inch of rainfall, while others could see nearly 2 inches of rain just today. And that will be the beginning of multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms that will stay in our forecast. Tomorrow, we're talking more of the rain around for the morning, including for the morning commute, because that could slow things down tomorrow. Then we get into the afternoon, and still a couple of these isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms remaining in our forecast. A few of those storms, for those of you further to the south, could yet again be on the stronger side. Another area of low pressure approaches us on Wednesday. This increases not only our rain chance, but that potential for more of those stronger storms in our forecast with damaging winds, the main concern. Then we head into your Wednesday night. The more widespread rain starts to fade, but we still keep some of these scattered showers into Thursday with the front itself finally pushing through. And then on your Friday, that is when we get some drier weather coming back into our forecast, the way things are trending as of right now. I mentioned that potential for some stronger storms on Wednesday. Every single one of us outlooked with a marginal risk of severe weather. Yet again, damaging winds will be the main issue. Between today and Thursday, we could end up with anywhere from 3 to 4 inches of widespread rain. And as I said, widespread rain, because for those of you who see repeated rounds of heavier rainfall, your totals could get all the way close to 1/2 foot of rain in some locations. Now, the good thing is not all of that rain in one time, and we do have that moderate drought in place across our region, so that this is really going to help to alleviate this drought for so many of us. The current trend is to keep us on the drier side heading into the weekend, but with a couple of fronts nearby, that could change, so we'll continue to monitor it. Olivia?
And we do need that rain. It's been a while. Thanks to Juana. It's been nearly a decade in the making, and work continues on building out Origin Park. The park, when completed, will consist of more than 400 acres of restored land in southern Indiana. Now we're getting our first look at the progress crews are making. White News reporter Kirsten Foote takes us there.
When you've been around for 10 years and people haven't seen a lot of build out, they said, is this thing really going to happen? Well, it's happening. We're invested in this community.
Tucked along the Ohio River and spanning part of southern Indiana, Origin Park is expected to be 430 acres when completed. It's pumping new life into an area long forgotten.
We're really starting to look like a park. We're clearing out a lot of areas that had junk that had accumulated in it.
Much of the land that makes up the park is former landfills, junkyards, or brownfields that have been reclaimed and revitalized. Dennis Schnurbush, the CEO of River Heritage Conservancy, says they now have 80% of the land that they need to build the park, giving them the chance to take the next steps forward.
We're starting to build some infrastructure now. It is getting that excitement around this project.
From the Vista, a 14,000 square foot event space slated to be open in the spring of 2026, to a whitewater facility.
We'll be doing sculpting of the dirt there to basically sculpt, the wildwater park. And then what better cap to put on landfill than concrete? This will be a self-sustained adventure park. We're not disrupting Silver Creek or the Ohio River. This is all self-sustained with a filtering system with turbines.
And finally, the third project in the works is Buttonbush Woods, where crews are restoring streams and removing invasive plant species.
These are rough cut trails that we have throughout. They're usually about a 1/4 mile or so, but they cut through next to the creek It's probably some of the most beautiful territory.
The buildup of the park hasn't gone without controversy, with ongoing litigation between River Heritage and the city of New Albany over the project's plans for the removal of the Providence Mill Dam in Silver Creek. Despite that, River Heritage leadership is putting out a positive front, looking at their next steps towards completion.
I would say that the vast majority of the comments that we've gotten have been very supportive of this project. And this is a regional project. It's not just something for Clarksville, Jeffersonville, or New Albany. It's going to impact the people of Louisville as well.
In Clarksville, Indiana, Kirsten Foote, Wave News.
The Vista is slated to open in Jeffersonville by the spring of 2026. Coming up next on Sunrise Extra, giving you a recap from Louder Than Life Festival this past weekend. We'll have all the fun coming up. Such an exciting weekend here in Louisville, and last night wrapped up 2 busy weekends of music here in the Ville. Louder Than Life is now over, and organizers plan to announce the total attendance numbers later today. Thousands of rock, metal, and alternative music fans packed the fairgrounds for the largest rock music festival in America. This year's lineup featured artists like Avenged Sevenfold, Sleep Token, Deftones, Bring Me the Horizon, and so many more great bands. Organizers say Friday was the festival's busiest day. That even broke Bourbon and Beyond's record that was set last year. Overall, people said they loved the music, but one of the best parts of the festival was the community.
Well, I see people I haven't seen in years. I make new friends every year. Yesterday I made friends with a couple people from Canada.
The community here is just welcoming. You can come be yourself. You can be weird. You can be you. You can be anything.
Out of any festival that I've ever been to, this is the one that I felt like is most at home.
And it was a blast, that's for sure. Again, organizers say they plan to announce the total attendance numbers for Louder Than Life today. Next year's headliner has already been announced. They announced that on Friday. It's My Chemical Romance. Definitely going to bring a big crowd for that one. And starting today, Wave News Sunrise and Kentucky Kingdom are giving you the chance to win 4 tickets to Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom. Your family can enjoy a full day of fun, then watch the park transform after dark with over 1,000 glowing, larger-than-life pumpkins and vibrant lights. We'll draw and announce our first set of winners on Friday right here on Sunrise. There will be more drawings every Friday throughout the next month. For your chance to win, just fill out the entry form at wave3.com/contest. Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom runs from September 26th through October 26th. Thanks so much for joining us here for Sunrise Extra. Hope you have a great Monday.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Oxmoor Auto Group.
And good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Tawana Andrew here with a check of your forecast. What we're dealing with right now, that rain coming down. Looking in the corridor, we see all those wet roads and, yeah, more of that rain taking over portions, but not all of Wave Country as of right now. We're dealing with some pockets of, at times, heavy rainfall across the metro, anywhere from Prospect over towards Simpsonville, down towards Fern Creek, getting in on a little bit of that heavy rain. So we're going to watch that for your morning commute. Additional scattered showers and thunderstorms anywhere from near Sellersburg up towards Bedford and back towards the west towards English and Jasper. Some heavy rain embedded in that as well. Some of these showers and thunderstorms do stretch from Brandenburg into the western portions of Hardin County, with a couple of isolated downpours near Hodgenville south towards Hart County, and one lonely shower still holding on for those of you in the northern fringes of Washington County, Kentucky. As we continue throughout the rest of the day, we will watch for additional rounds of these scattered showers and thunderstorms in your forecast. Keep in mind for the afternoon and evening, some of these storms can be on the stronger side. Our main concern will be the locally heavy rainfall, but we do have that marginal risk of severe weather in place because of the damaging wind threat that could come along with some of those storms, and certainly cannot discount a little bit of some small hail with them as well. Then the next 10 days does feature a little bit more of those showers and thunderstorms in our forecast towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Rob?
Tawana, thanks so much. The rain not causing too many headaches on our area roadways. We're going to keep an eye on that throughout the morning and afternoon. Obviously, keep the headlights on and your windshield wipers handy because you're going to need them. Keeping an eye on a crash, 65 North near Crittenden Drive, a one-car crash that happened just before 7 o'clock this morning. Cleanup continues in that area. Make sure to watch your speeds. Have a great morning. We'll see you back here in about 25 minutes.